Yo, what's going on, everybody? Ace and McMillian here from the Gurren Otaku Council podcast, and you are now listening to GOC News, your weekly source for the latest anime news. So let's get into it. All right, everybody, welcome back for another week of anime news, and this week will be, I guess, a quote-unquote special week of anime news. Here we got. So for today's news episode, we're going to be discussing all the big announcements from the Anime NYC 2022 anime convention here today. And just for those who don't know, Anime NYC was held this past weekend on from November 18th through the 20th. There should be a lot of cosplays and stuff out there online, and just if you guys been paying attention, you probably already seen some of the announcements that got announced during this event as well. So we're going to start us off with actually some more AOT news, because the author of AOT was actually at Anime NYC. He had a panel that was going on there, and he let us know that currently right now he is not planning on making any other mangas. So right now he's just focusing on finishing up the anime for Attack on Titan, and then after that who knows. Any opinions on that, McMillian?
I mean, I figured as much. He just wrote like a huge series, so I mean it's only right he might take a break and just focus on making sure like the anime gets done properly. So not too much, but I'm just sure people will be tuning into whatever he makes next, though.
I agree. Also, during his panel that he had, if you guys recall, during the time of the ending of the manga, a lot of people did not take the ending well. Here was a statement that he had to say about that, though. He said, "I want to express my gratitude to all fans. I wasn't sure how to feel about the end of the story. I was in a really difficult time, carrying heavy feelings. I was down for a long time until yesterday when I met fans during the signing. Fans told me the ending was great and that they loved the ending, and it made me happy, and coming to New York was a great experience." And then he just thanked everybody for that. So I think that was great. I was worried that the anime fans here and over in the West was going to be a little rude, but luckily the great part of humans, human nature, if you will, showed out, and looks like he had a great time.
Yeah, he probably needed to hear that too, because I can only imagine reading all the immediate reactions from people online after the chapter came up.
Yeah, I agree. And now at this point, I'm just ready to see what the ending is for Attack on Titan here, because y'all, I just have to know what y'all was so upset about. But anyways, enough of the AOT news. We'll head on to some of the world premieres that was announced during Anime NYC, and I'll hand it over to McMillian to announce his first one.
Yeah, so there's a couple of them. We got first is Lupin Zero, which apparently is going to be a prequel series about Lupin the Third. For those that might not know, it's an older anime series. I think came out around the time like prior to like Cowboy Bebop and stuff, about this famous thief known as Lupin the Third. It's kind of like a comedy slash action series. HDIVE was the one that did announce this. I don't know if it's streaming exclusively on there or not, but they did announce it.
Correct.
Next, after that, we have this original TV anime called High Card. That's got its premiere there with Crunchyroll. Apparently, it's going to be coming out on January 9th in 2023. There is a trailer out currently that shows off the anime, and something to note is that it is inspired by Kingsman. For those that don't know, it's an action comic book / movie series here in the West, and from what it looks like, it's going to be a spy series, but with a little bit of magic, it seems like, mixed in.
Yes,
based on the trailer.
The trailer looks really, really good. I highly suggest going and checking it out.
Yeah, there were reports and articles that said that when this, like the hall that had this premiere in it, a lot of people were really hyped about the series. So I would say, like, keep your eye out on for when it does premiere on January 9th. And last but not least, we have another anime that was announced by HDIVE, Giant Beasts of Ours. There is a trailer out currently. Big Final Fantasy vibes is all I can say from watching the trailer. Looks like it's going to be a real big, like, fantasy epic type of series. I do recommend checking out the trailer. There's some beautiful key art of it. that may or may not be up on screen. I don't know, because editing. But yeah, those were the 3 animes that got like a world premiere. Like I get, which is basically I think they just showed like maybe the first episode.
The first episode, more than likely, yeah. The Giant Beast of Ours one, we talked about this a few, maybe about a month ago here or so, and I think no, Asahi Production is doing this. I don't know why I was about to say I think Wit is doing this, but no, it's Asahi Production who's going to be doing this. Right now, it's currently scheduled for January 2023, and so I did get to see one of the trailers, and I was interested from when we first talked about this that first time because we was reading the synopsis and everything, but the trailer actually does look good. People in I guess Fantasyland just fighting giant monsters, or maybe not even the Fantasyland, or just an alternate version of Earth, if you will. Just fighting giant monsters.
I mean, that still counts as fantasy, but yeah,
I guess.
Like I said, it's giving big Final Fantasy vibes though, because there's like people have certain abilities that to me remind me of like Final Fantasy storylines. Like within the first couple of minutes, you see a girl that is either turning into fire or has some fire magic. Don't know.
Correct.
Well, only time will tell.
Alrighty. Well, heading over here we're gonna moving on next. We're gonna start heading into some of the specific anime industry panels, if you will. People in the industry, like start us off with Aniplex of America. During their panel, they showed off a new trailer for Kaguya-sama Lovers War, the anime film, and we also learned that it is going to be coming over here in U.S. and Canada theaters in February 2023. McMillian, I know you're a Kaguya-sama fan. Are you excited for the movie?
Yes. So this series is hilarious. So I'm actually surprised we're getting it so early. Can't wait to see what it brings.
Alrighty.
From the trailer, it looks like it's like a direct continuation from where we left off in the last season. So that should be pretty good.
Okay, sounds good. And then we also got the release date for US and Canada over here for the new Sword Art Online progressive movie. The Deep Night progressive movie that is scheduled right now to release over here in the February 2023 as well. Oh, okay, yeah. So we're going to be getting both of these movies in February 2023 from Aniplex over here in America, as well as the first progressive movie will be streaming on Crunchyroll actually this week on November the 24th. Yeah. So if you have not had a chance to see the first progressive movie, it's going to be streaming on Crunchyroll once again this week on November 24th.
Yep. If you got enough, if your Thanksgiving meal did not take you out, enjoy this film.
And then, all right, we're moving on from Aniplex of America. We're going to be going over to the Crunchyroll panel next. We got a little list here, so I'm just going to rapid fire go through everything that was announced, and then we're going to come back and talk about the stuff we care about the most. So starting us off, streaming on Crunchyroll will be Yuri Is My Job, and it's scheduled for spring 2023. The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague, and that's currently scheduled for January 2023. Dead Mount Death Play, which is currently scheduled for April 2023. Ayaka, an original TV anime, which is currently scheduled for 2023, sometime in 2023. Saving 80,000 Gold in Another World for My Retirement, and that is also currently scheduled for January 2023. Hell's Paradise, right now it doesn't have a release date, it's still to be announced. The Ancient Magnus Bride Season 2, and that is right now currently scheduled for April 2023. And then last but not least, they showed off a new trailer for the Trigun Stampede anime, and that is also currently scheduled for January 2023. So a lot of stuff for the winter season coming out here. And I think I want to start us off with Dead Mount Death Play. I never heard of it before, but from the trailer though, it looks really, really interesting. I think it's really giving me basically what Bastard Heavy Metal was supposed to be, the dark fantasy vibe that they sold to me. That's what it looks like Dead Mount Death Play is going to be. And hopefully they can actually deliver on that and not sell me a pipe dream like Bastard did.
Yeah, it does seem like what I guess Bastard was supposed to give, but interesting, this one is like a reverse isekai. Like it seems, I was reading some stuff about it, and it seems like it's a Dark Lord who gets either uses his powers to come over to basically like a version of regular Earth, and then just uses his abilities to fight the issues that are there. Which, because I think I read like the police, whatever city he gets transferred to, there's a war going on, but like between police, gangs and like some other third type of faction. And he just kind of goes like, I'm gonna just take over all this shit. So this should be an interesting anime when it does release.
Yes, I agree as well. Another show I did want to touch upon because I just thought it was hilarious and it reminded me a lot of like the Dungeon and Black company is saving 80,000 gold in another world for my retirement. That trailer, just like I said, it just gave me all the vibes from Dungeon and Black company. Those who don't know, it's just a comedy isekai, and I'm just getting those same type of vibes from that trailer.
Yeah,
and so I'm probably gonna check it out.
Yeah, it definitely seems this way. From the trailer, it looks like this girl has the ability to travel in between worlds, and she's using it to save up money because I shouldn't say travel in between because apparently that the version of Earth she travels to is just a past version of her current one, so she's using it to accumulate gold so she can just do whatever in her current life. Should be a fun watch.
Any of the Crunchyroll announcements that you wanted to touch upon?
All I can say is do be ready for when Hell's Paradise comes out.
Okay.
I cannot stress enough, one of the best series I think I've read ever. So do be ready for when that comes out. Do check it out. And Trigun Stampede's new trailer was great. It looked amazing. It focused on mostly the villains. And as a person who I watched Trigun, I don't remember it that much. I think they're doing it very a justice, I should say. Like it looked. Okay, I'm very excited to watch.
Yeah, no, I seen the new trailer too, and it looked like they showed a lot more action scenes in this new trailer, and that's what I liked about it. And so, because like I've never seen Trigun before, so I don't know how this show's gonna go down at all. But from the scenes that they did show, it did look really, really good as well, and the CG's looking better. Every trailer. So that's a good note as well. And then I mean, we've been getting CGI in a lot of anime projects lately, so it's starting to grow on me. As long as they do it right, I don't have a problem.
I mean, I think. For me, this looked great. That's all I can say. Like I would, it's gonna be. Some people are obviously gonna have their reservations. I would just say check it out, be kind, and keep an open mind. Like it looks really good. Like it's very fluid.
Correct. And then last but not least, I'm not sure if this was announced during the Crunchyroll panel or not, but McMillian thought this was funny. So the Crunchyroll mascot Hime has a Game Boy Color video game out called Hime's Quest, which I just think is hilarious.
Yeah.
Apparently, a physical version of the game is up for pre-order on the Crunchyroll store, and that the game was playable during the event.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious. One, because why Game Boy Color? But I mean, it could be a fun little thing. I don't know. I think if anything, though, if they are actually selling a Game Boy Color cartridge, that could be years down the line. That could be probably worth a good amount of money for collectors or something.
Could be, yeah. Could be, yeah.
I do. Maybe check it out. Who knows? Maybe it's like really fun.
All right, and so that was everything from the Crunchyroll panel. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys think about all the Crunchyroll announcements, and I'm handing it over to McMillian, who's going to talk about the announcements from the HDIVE panel.
So from HDIVE, we have The Dangers in My Heart anime streaming on, which is supposed to come out sometime next year. After that, we have Endo and Kobayashi Live, the latest on tsundere villainess Lee Soletta, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Coming
and yes, that is that name.
Yeah, that's the full title. Coming January 2023. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. Coming January 2023. Everybody's favorite, My Life as San's Dog. Coming January 2023. We have then, I've talked about this on the podcast before, Oshi no Ko coming in spring of 2023. Then after we have another anime we mentioned before, Spy Classroom, released January 23. And then it seems like we have two series that are related to each other. Surun, the linking shot, which is supposed to come in January 23. And then we have Surun, the first shot, which is coming January 2023. It seems to be like an archery anime from what I can tell. Next, we have Ragna Crimson, which is supposed to be coming out next year. And then, last but not least, the Lupin the Third catalog will be, I guess, hosted on HDIVE streaming service.
Correct. Now, I guess the main thing I'm taking from all these HDIVE announcements is the fact that HDIVE look like they around to stay for a while because they're actually starting to get some exclusives. There's more and more exclusives here and there. I thought they weren't gonna be able to hang around, but I mean, I guess they're taking advantage of the Funimation Crunchyroll merger. They're like, y'all ain't got Funimation anymore. Why not hop in the scene? And they hopping in the scene, and they getting some exclusives on their streaming platform.
Yeah, I mean, this season they got.
This season they got Eminence and Shadow, Reincarnated as a Sword, as well as the Akiba Maid War as well.
Yeah, and from what
probably some other stuff I'm just not mentioning.
And from Ace talking about Reincarnated as a Sword, and from what I've been hearing about Akiba Maid War, those are pretty solid series. I already know Eminence and Shadow is good, so it seems like they're trying to bring some heat. And pull some money away, if you will.
I agree as well. And then you mentioned it already. You talked about Oshino Cole. This was something that you was looking forward to when it got announced. How are you feeling that it's going to be a Crunchyroll exclusive? Apparently,
is it Crunchyroll? Oh, you mean HDIVE?
Yeah, well, yeah, HDIVE exclusive. My apologies.
As a person who does not have a HDIVE subscription, with just the anime that I know they have now, like Eminence and Shadow, and now Oshino Ko, I might consider. I'm strongly considering getting a HDIVE account because well, everybody who's watching Eminence and Shadow already knows how good that is. Oshino Ko has been a great read, and like I was telling Ace earlier, I was like, I could raise the flag, but I do want to support, so I don't know.
Okay.
But it's a very strong contenders to get a HDIVE account if you don't already have one.
Yeah, and then like you mentioned, we spoke about Spy Classroom a few episodes ago on here, so it is interesting to see that it's going to be streaming on HDIVE as well. Mm-hmm. And then the dog anime, I'm still openly judging for everybody who got this project greenlit. Out of all the ecchi type harem animes that y'all could have came up with, out of all the ideas that y'all could have came up with, is that what y'all came up with right there? Y'all should be ashamed.
We need to go back to when High School DxD stuff was coming out. At least that had like some fantasy plot to it. Just being somebody dog. Like, how down bad can you be?
But on a positive note, though, I do want to say Ragnar Crimson. I did check out that trailer that they showed off, and it does look interesting. Once again, giving off all the vibes that Bastard Heavy Metal was giving off. Oh, yeah. Hopefully, they can live up to that as well. I don't need another pseudo harem type situation going on, pseudo ecchi type going on. Or I don't even know if Bastard is pseudo ecchi. It was just probably full ecchi now that I'm thinking about it.
No, I can dissuade any worries about that. At least where I've read. Well, I don't know. Maybe it could be ecchi down the line. I don't know. I've read the first chapter of Ragnar Crimson. Okay. And it from what I can tell you is like it seems like to be a fantasy epic about killing dragons in the world that they're in.
A medieval fantasy epic to add on to that.
Yeah, medieval fantasy epic about slaying dragons. First chapter was really good. I plan on reading more of it. It's just I have been busy. So
okay, so it's interesting. I didn't know you actually read this. So you said it's about slaying dragons. So that's interesting, though. Yeah, so apparently dragons are taking over in their time, and it's we gotta go slay some dragons.
Not necessarily taking over, but it's so interesting. Not to give too much away, though. It's just basically like dragons feast on humans or are so strong they become problem for like regular people to live their life. And so the main character of the series is the apprentice of the world's strongest dragon slayer. And he, during an apocalyptic event, his future self sends his current self the skills that he accumulated over years to prevent the apocalyptic event.
To prevent it from happening, okay.
And then it's just, so basically it just focuses on like what he does now.
Take two,
like
basically.
How different is the timeline now that he has the skills he developed after the apocalyptic event.
Okay, a little Vivi, feeling vibe going on here. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's right. Another Vivi plug.
One of these days, I'm just going to give y'all this heads up now. There will be a Vivi special. Women Building is going to come and preach to you guys about Vivi, Flourish, and Awesome, to just be prepared for that day coming. I don't know when that day is coming, but it's just going to appear out of nowhere. So just be ready for it. You have been warned.
I may find a pastor costume because y'all need to hear the word.
you have been warned. But so yeah, that was all the announcements from the HDIVE panel as well. Once again, let us know down below in the comments what you guys think of the HDIVE, all the HDIVE announcements, and were you guys just as surprised as me that HDIVE was starting to get a lot of exclusives as well? Did you guys think it was gonna just disappear into the wayside? Are you guys surprised it's hanging around as well? Let us know down below in the comments. And those were all the major announcements that we had here from today from Anime NYC. If there's any announcements that we did miss, please let us know down below, and we'll also try and cover them in future news episodes.
Yep.
But this was everything that we were able to find. I think out of everything here, I'm mostly looking forward to the Deadmau5 Deathplay anime that got announced.
Yeah, that's probably the same thing as the stuff I haven't.
That and High Card.
Yes, that too. Because I'm a huge Kingsman is like one of my favorite action movies. So if anything's inspired from it, I don't think it'll be bad. So I'm very interested to see what High Card brings to the table. Besides that, though, the other stuff that I'm like really interested in is probably the mangas that I've read: Hell's Paradise, Ragnar Crimson, and Oshinoko. Like those are. I'm telling y'all right now, those are stuff that y'all should definitely check out when you get the chance, when it does get animated.
Alrighty. Well, that's it for all the news today. McMillian, why don't you go ahead and take us on out of here?
All right, guys. As always, appreciate you for watching this, listening. If you are viewing this on YouTube, please consider like, commenting, and subscribing, as well as sharing. It helps our little channel grow, so other people get their anime news. If you're listening on audio, consider giving the podcast a follow as well as a review. Helps us get our names out there. If you'd like to stay up to date on all things about the council, please consider giving us a follow on our social media. That is at Gurren Otakus on Twitter and at Gurren Otaku Council on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok now. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy your holiday. Try not to let all that food overtake your your break on this lovely holiday.
I agree. And oh man, I'm sorry. And I forgot to mention this at the very beginning of the episode. I'm probably going to clip this out or something or somehow. We're going to make a post on social media. But anyways, there will be no regular episode this week due to the Thanksgiving holiday, of course. So, once again, like I said, everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving break. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And we'll see you next week.
Yep. With all that being said, this is GOC News signing off. Have a wonderful holiday.